Okay, let's start. Okay, this a basic class on on static. Yeah. So if you want to look at textbook, yeah, references, buku-buku rujukan, this is the references that you can take a look. I think you can either purchase this or you can go to the library, yeah, or online. They have this textbook. Yeah, the one that I use is by R.C. Hibler, yeah, or any other textbook on engineering mechanic. Or there is also non-static for non-engineers, yeah. But it's the same thing, yeah. So take a look at textbook on static, and also probably you can also have this mechanic of material and other similar books. But the first one, which is static, that is a good textbook for learning this subject. Okay, let's look at the konsep asas dalam mekanik, yeah, basic concept in mechanics. Do you know, student, that mechanics, yeah, mean strength, yeah? Yeah. So if you are referring to any textbook, yeah, on static or strength of material, you can also have other textbook that is called mechanic of material. Yeah. So nama lain bagi strength properties adalah mechanical properties. Okay. So what you mean by a mechanic is the state of rest, yeah, or motion of bodies that are subjected to the action of forces. Yeah, this is the definition of this, yeah, mechanic. Okay, just to quickly look at this mana datangnya kelas subject static ni. So it's under science and engineering, yeah. So under science and engineering there are few subjects, yeah, which is chemistry, biology, physics and so on. So under physics, yeah. So static, dalam bahasa Malaysia pun static juga, static is under the branch of physics, yeah, and then it's under applied mechanic, yeah, mechanic, and then it goes on to the root. Yeah. The root under applied mechanics, and you can see it is under static. Yang bawah tu, ya. If you can take a look at that, just like yang ni, static. So ni roots dia. So it's nice to every time you learn a subject, yeah, you need to it's nice for you to know where the root is, yeah, where static comes under, yeah. Macam kita nak kenal seseorang juga, kita kena tahu dia punya asal usul dan mana dia punya saudara mara dan cucu cicit dia contohnya. Okay, so proceed. Okay, so this is the subject that we're going to look at, which is static. Yeah, static. Okay, static. This subject, yeah, provide the background, yeah, the background of the study of strength of material. Yeah, if you are having a class in strength properties of any material, yeah, like steel or metals, or if you look at strength of timber and so on, a basic idea, yeah, this class static is a background or a groundwork, yeah, for the study of strength properties of material. Yeah. So this static, what does this mean? Static. Rasa-rasanya apa makna dia, student? What do you think this static means? This word. Apa maksud perkataan ni static? Anybody? Just try. What is statics? Dalam bahasa Malaysia apa static? Selain daripada perkataan yang digunakan di sini, static. So what are actually static? Static is something which is not moving. Dia kaku, like the building that you are in, it is not moving, so it is static. Yeah, tegar dan kaku, yeah, kaku. Not like moving vehicles, yeah, that is dynamic. Yeah, so what is static? This is static deals with the equilibrium. Yeah, equilibrium in bahasa Malaysia is keseimbangan. So static deals with the equilibrium of bodies. the meaning of static is that the body is at rest. Yeah, dia dalam keadaan rehat, kaku dan tegar. Or if it's moving quite in a constant velocity. Yeah, macam very slow. Yeah, very slow. So this is the meaning of static. This is vice versa to dynamic. Yeah, static is the opposite of static is dynamic. Yeah, so dynamic deals with the motion of bodies. Yeah, motion, pergerakan. Yeah, if you are running, if cars are moving, yeah, they are dynamic. Yeah, it's not the motion are not constant. The velocity is not constant. So that is dynamic. Yeah, so dealing with static loading is much different when you deal with the loading of forces or dynamic forces. So cara mengendali ataupun menjuruterakan daya-daya bebanan statik tidak sama dengan daya-daya bebanan dynamic. Yeah, so dealing with dynamic loads or forces is not the same as you deal with static loading of forces. Yeah, so this is two words that you need to understand: static against dynamic. If you go to any school or university, there is class in static and there's a separate class in dynamic. Yeah, you can take these two classes. Depends on your need. Yeah, if you are in dealing with material, you are dealing with static bodies, yeah, like building, probably you need static. Yeah, if you are going to look at motion like vehicles, you need to have a class in dynamic. Okay, so dynamic, the body is moving at unconstant velocity, the one that I told you just now. Okay, we did this last week. Yeah, we look at conversion of units and we look at significant numbers. Yeah, so just to show you again, yeah, you deal with this. Yeah, we look at dynamic, you deal with time, yeah, time, and also force, length, and mass. Yeah, but static, you don't deal that with time. Yeah, time, and other basic model also. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the last one here, the Newton's 3 laws of motion. So your job here is to look at the 3 laws of motion, which are these, yeah? 3 laws of motion, number 1, number 2, and number 3, yeah? I think you are familiar with some of these, yeah? But as a recap, you can look at these 3 laws of motion. Okay, so let's start on talking about equilibrium, yeah, keseimbangan. This topic, if you tajuk ni, this topic, if you go to any textbook, yeah, there's going to be a topic on equilibrium. Okay, again, I have a question. Tadi saya dah sebut tadi. So what is equilibrium in bahasa Malaysia? Keseimbangan, yeah. So equilibrium of a particle, if you want to translate this into bahasa Malaysia. Anybody? Equilibrium, keseimbangan. What about particle? Keseimbangan particle, keseimbangan particle, equilibrium of a particle. So let's start on this topic, equilibrium of a particle. The one that I told you just now, if you have a static textbook, satu buku teks dalam static, there is always a topic on this one, equilibrium of a particle, keseimbangan particle. Okay, this is quite important, important as a start. Yeah, when you talk about a static, this is easy, this idea, but it is important as the basic things that we need to clear up before we continue on talking about equilibrium, more complex equilibrium. So this is equilibrium of a particle, keseimbangan satu partikel, mungkin saya rasa zarah dalam bahasa Malaysia zarah. So please concentrate on this. When I talk about a particle, it can be very small, it can be as small as an atom, or it can be as big as a building or a mountain or the earth itself. So it can be as big as the earth itself. Okay, let's look at a small one, a small particle. And this represented by this dot here, bulatan hitam ni, a dot. Let's say this is a particle. You can imagine this particle can be a a box, a box loaded with things, inside it, or it can be any heavy thing, batu ke, ataupun gunung pun boleh, mountain. But let's start with a small one, Let's say this is a particle, when you talk about equilibrium, this will happen, this is a particle or body. Let's say in static, in mechanic, this arrow, this red arrow, anak panah yang berwarna merah ni, this red arrow represent the direction of load or direction of a force. Let's say this arrow is going to your right, isn't it? Dia menuju ke kanan. So when it is going to the direction is on the right, we say that this is a positive direction. Positive direction. For many textbook, in the textbook that I use by Hibbeler and many textbook, this direction is considered as positive direction. Dalam Islam pun biasa kita gunakan tangan kanan, tangan kiri kan, tangan kanan positif, tangan kiri negatif, something like that. But do understand that there is some textbook that is another way around. They consider this as negative. But in this class, as a basic things here, secara asasnya, you must understand that this arrow in red color represent direction and a positive direction, arah positif. Okay. If you have any question, just stop me, because this is quite basic, but it is quite important. So again, this red arrow, let's say this direction, I'm pulling this magnitude, of loading, of force, 100 Newton. Remember when we talk about a conversion of unit and also significant numbers, every time you are working with force, or load on Earth, kat bumi ni, you need to work in Newton. You cannot work in kilogram. So this is already taking into consideration the effect of Earth's gravity. So I'm putting a subscript here. Many times in textbook, it is subscripted as F as force, satu daya ataupun beban, F always are subscripted as F. So I'm putting this as Fx, because the coordinate, paksi dia in the x-axis. Later we going to look at that. There is or are forces in x direction pada paksi x, on the x-axis, or there is forces acting on y-axis. So let's say, this is applied, on this particle, magnitude of 100 Newton, a positive 100 Newton. So this particle will not be in equilibrium. Particle ni tidak akan berada dalam keseimbangan if it is not a counter with an opposite direction of force. So the theory of equilibrium are saying that if you are applying forces like this, the one that I show you here, 100 Newton, 100 Newton, there must be, if there is no counter of opposite direction, this particle will move, will move to your right. You don't want that. You are not considering this as a dynamic loading. This is dynamic loading. So as a static loading, something that is in equilibrium, a particle is in equilibrium, you must something like this. If you are applying forces on the y direction, on the y-axis, if it is not counter with an opposite and equal magnitude, it will move. This particle will move. Same thing with in the z direction. So the idea here is that if you don't apply, if this particle is not in equilibrium, this particle will move around. So that will be a dynamic loading. So as a basic idea here, an easy one as a start, every time if you apply forces Fx, this particle is in equilibrium when you apply an opposite and similar or same magnitude. So if you apply 100 Newton on the right, you need to apply forces which is in the opposite direction with the same magnitude. So in this case, my question is, what is Fx and Fy?
100 Newton.
100 Newton also Fx and 100 Newton Fy. Ya. Okay, saya masuk lagi seorang. Okay, betul that is correct. So, yeah. So, if I apply Fx on to the right, you need to have the same magnitude but different magnitude, different direction. Same magnitude, different opposite direction. Yeah. Okay, so Fx on the left need to be 100 Newton. Fy, going downward. One is going upward, one must be going downward. Fy, which is 100 Newton also. And the same thing with Fz, must be opposite direction. Fz is also 100 Newton. Do you understand that? Do you have any question on this? Ada soalan?
Tak ada.
Okay, so the idea, we will build up this case. This is the simplest one that I can explain to you, which is the equilibrium of a particle. So I hope you grab this already. The idea is when you talk about equilibrium, which is static, which is the basic work for any class in strength, property of material. So the basic idea, is in order for this particle to be in equilibrium, you need to apply opposite and equal, opposite direction and equal magnitude. You need to have that. Can you repeat that? Boleh siapa nak cuba? Masuk tadi Kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia, saya cuba terangkan. Saya cuba terangkan dalam bahasa Malaysia pula untuk zarah ni atau partikel ni untuk berada dalam keseimbangan, dia punya perkataan tu, word tu adalah keseimbangan ataupun equilibrium. Untuk partikel ini, sama ada kecil atau besar ni, partikel ni berada dalam keseimbangan, kita kena harus ada suatu daya yang bertentangan tetapi magnitude sama. Opposite direction with equal magnitude. Okay, so this is the idea we're going to build up from these basic ideas. From this idea, we can solve many things. We can solve many static problem. Okay, so I'm going to proceed. Okay, this is another idea of this equilibrium. Not to be in equilibrium. So if you are pulling this string, rope, on your left here, mungkin ada dua orang wanita, contohnya. Bukan nak kata wanita tidak kuat, tapi sebagai contoh saja. Sebagai contoh, okay, sebagai contoh yang di kanan ni, this one is a strong man, a heavier man, lebih berat, and on your left is a lighter, and there's two ladies here, So in order for this to be in equilibrium, it need to be like this. Seorang yang lebih kuat dan berat dan dua orang yang tidak berapa kuat dan ringan. Dua orang perlu menarik tali ni untuk sama-sama sama equal dia punya kekuatan tu. Okay? Any question on this slide? Hold on. Ada soalan tu yang tadi tu? Keseimbangan, So the word is equilibrium, Okay, going to proceed. This is another slide which shows you equilibrium. If you have this, what is dalam bahasa Malaysia ni apa Yang atas ni, yang ni, dua-dua ni. Biasa main ni kan, di taman-taman.
Jongkan-jongkit.
Jongkan-jongkit. So what is this called in English?
Seesaw.
A seesaw. Jongkan-jongkit, So remember when I discussed with you significant numbers and conversion of unit, I told you that you need to have the feeling. Mesti ada rasa, boleh agak. So this is another a way to have that feeling. Naik jongkan-jongkit, yeah, if you have an equal weight here, this on your right and on your left, then bolehlah main jongkit dengan selesa, ya. If not, you can hurt yourself, yeah, you can hurt your bum, yeah, boleh terbatak seimbang. So this one can be a seesaw, you can play this seesaw, yeah. If it is not equal, katakan seorang budak yang seorang yang berat dan seorang yang ringan, then you need to have a different strategy to play this, yeah. Kalau seimbang, bagus. So the idea is again here, you need to have that feeling. Mesti ada rasa tu. So this is how I feel. What's the meaning of equilibrium? Okay, so by having that, yeah, having that idea of equilibrium, what I'm going to introduce to you now, nak memperkenalkan you, these are the three equation of equilibrium. Yeah, yang ini ya. These are the equation of equilibrium. Ini adalah persamaan keseimbangan. If you look at any textbook on static and strength material, they will use these symbols, which are called the equation of equilibrium. Yeah, which are this one, yeah, these three. These are all the equation of equilibrium. Persamaan keseimbangan. So let's take a look at the first one. This is how I read the first one. Yeah. Okay, again, these are the three equation of equilibrium. Okay. So this is how I read this this macam tulisan ni lah, penulisan ni. This is how I read this equation. The first one, we need to agree in this class, or you need to agree in any class in the future. If you take any advanced classes in strength properties of any material, you need to understand that we need to agree the direction, yeah, the direction of this loading. Yeah, this one, yeah, is the direction that we agree in this class. Yeah, if you look at the arrow here, this means to your right. To your right, so this is positive direction, yeah. So we need to agree this positive direction, and then you have this symbol is summation, and then I told you just now that in many textbook, force or load, yeah, is subscripted with this letter, yeah, either a capital F or small f, yeah, and then this x means is in the x direction, pada paksi x. You have x-axis and you have y-axis, yeah, and then this is equal to 0, yeah. This are read as this, yeah, macam ini saya baca, the summation of forces in x direction is equal to 0. It cannot be unequal. Kalau itu sengkang itu unequal to 0, that is dynamic loading. So again, I'm going to read this summation of forces, yeah, sorry, again, sekali, summation of forces in x direction is equal to 0. So this is equilibrium of a particle in the x direction. Okay, next. Same thing here, yeah, you need to agree with the direction. Upward is considered in this class, yeah, or you agree, or we agree, this is the positive direction. Kalau ke atas, positif. Kalau ke bawah, negatif, yeah. So this is how I read this equation of equilibrium, yeah. So summation of force in y direction equal to 0, or must be equal to 0, yeah. Summation of force in y direction is equal to 0, yeah. Later you will try to read this, yeah, here. Okay, and then the last one, if you talk about 2D, if you talk about 2D, 2 dimension, yeah, it involves x and y direction only, yeah. But in many cases it is in 3 dimension or 3D, so you can talk about the z direction. So again, the same one, we need to agree the direction. This is going to macam ke atas juga, this is positive, and summation of force in z direction is equal to 0. Okay, so anybody want to try to read this? Boleh tak siapa-siapa cuba baca yang pertama ni? Anybody want to try? Let's try the first one. Anybody? Siapa nak cuba? Tak ada, bukannya. Okay, anybody want to try reading this? Siapa-siapa boleh cuba sekarang? Oleh mana yang pertama ni? Anybody? Cuba je, salah tak apa ya.
Summation
Summation
force
of force.
in x direction
Yeah.
is equal to 0.
Okay, that's correct. Very good. Yeah. So summation of force in x direction equal to 0. And the second one? Yang lain pula cuba. So this is basic, basic. Asas dia. Yeah, before we take a look at this. You must understand this basic idea, this basic concept, yeah, and this is the basic equation. So if you don't understand this, that's pointless. Yeah, tak guna juga kita teruskan, kalau you tak faham. So if you have any question, go ahead. So I'm going to just proceed. So this is summation of force in x direction equal to 0, summation of force in y direction equal to 0, and summation of forces in z direction equal to 0. Yeah. So any question before we proceed? This is quite basic. Kita nak belajar apa-apa pun kita kena fahamkan dia punya konsep dan juga asas dia. Ya. Kalau tak faham asas dan konsep, susah nanti kita nak teruskan. It's pointless to proceed with this idea. Yeah, I mean this class if you don't understand the basic idea here. Boleh ya? Okay, so the way to learn this class, in order for you to effectively study this subject, yeah, you need to understand that you need to have this basic idea first. Yeah, to understand this basic idea. Yeah, okay. Can you see this slide?
Yes.
Okay, so this is trigonometry. So you pernah jumpa dah ni. As a recap, yeah, untuk latihan. Yeah, so again look at this trigonometry, which is all this equation. Yeah, we're going to use this. Yeah, we're going to use this. This is simple, but we can apply this in static. Boleh gunakan, which is sine, cosine, and tangent. Yeah, in bahasa Malaysia mungkin sebut sin. Cos, saya tak tahu sebutan dalam bahasa Malaysia, but don't call it sin, it's sine. Sin tu berdosa, sin. Yeah, so sine, cosine, and tangent. So sine theta is A divided by C. Yeah, and then we have this cosine B divided by C, tangent A divided by C. Yeah, and then this equation here. This is trigonometry. So you need to have this. You need to again remember this formula. Yeah. Dalam kelas yang biasa, statik selalunya tak diberi yang ini. Because most of the material scientists like you all of you, we understand this equation. Yeah. So if you don't, just review it again, and you need to have this in your hand. Ada ni maksudnya kalau ada quiz ke ada test, because this is online, probably you can always refer to a page or this page. But in a traditional class, if it's not due to COVID, selalunya formula tidak diberi. So you need to memorize this formula. Yeah. So you need to memorize or need to have this somewhere. Yeah. To refer to. Okay. Do you have any question on this slide?
Tak ada, Prof.
Ada?
Tak ada.
Tak ada. Okay, tak ada. Okay. Okay. So now you knew this formula, but now we want to use this, want to apply this. In static. Saya cek ada yang nak masuk ke? Ada ya? Okay. I know this class is only 1 hour, so I'm trying my best to capture all this time ya. Pukul berapa kita boleh kena berhenti ni, Dr. Saiful?
Pukul 9.
9. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. Okay, as an example, I told you that you need to understand the groundwork before the basic idea. So let's apply this on one only before we stop. Yeah. So as an example, you can find this question. Yeah, this question in many static textbook. Or if you remember, I know that most of you are from matrix or some of you from diploma, but sometimes during your study, probably you have taken physics. Yeah, physics either at school or in university. Do you remember in physics there is a subject or subtopic called mechanics? Yeah, this is always in a question in an exam. Yeah, for that particular subtopic. Yeah, so this mudah je mudah. So the question is I want to determine the magnitude of the resultant force and the direction from the positive x-axis. So in bahasa Malaysia kita nak menentukan magnitude jumlah daya resultant force itu adalah jumlah daya dan arah ada direction daripada paksi x yang positif. So we have this axis, yeah. This is the axis, a traditional axis, x and y. This is 2 dimension, 2D, yeah. So x axis and y axis. If it's 3 dimension, you have z direction, yeah. So let's say, yeah, I name this the center point here of this axis as 0 point, yeah, point 0, yeah. And then this arrow that I give you, this represent the direction of a load or force, yeah. Let's say I apply on this 0, this center point, 400 Newton. This is 400 Newton of positive 400 Newton, yeah. And then I this arrow here going upward, yeah, force or magnitude of 300 Newton, yeah. So this a model, you can call this a model, yeah. A model is only a model if you don't really have that feeling, yeah. If you don't have that imagination, if you don't relate that to the real life, then that's much harder for you to understand this force system, yeah. So let's say ini hanyalah model, this is only drawing and bunch of numbers and arrows, isn't it? But for you to best learn this subject in any subject actually, yeah. But specifically for this subject, for you to best or easier for you to learn this subject is for you to be able to have that feeling, meaning for you to be able to imagine. Bayangkan, human are capable of doing that. We can imagine in our mind, yeah. Kita boleh bayangkan dalam otak kita, yeah. Many times we do that. Here we need to do that, yeah. You need to do that. Imagine the way I imagine this. Only if you don't, it's only a bunch of macam anak panah dan paksi dan nama-nama saja, yeah. But I'm imagining this to be a real thing, yeah. Let's say in my mind, yang saya faham, saya bayangkan, I consider this arrow yang warna hijau ni, arrow is string or rope. Saya bayangkan itu adalah tali ataupun tali lah, string or rope, yeah. That I imagine that, and then I imagine that this point 0 is as pin ataupun paku, pin or nails. You take a nail or you take a pin and then stick to the wall or on the floor. Yeah, that's how I imagine. So I'm tightening up. Saya ikat, I tighten this string or rope on the nail or pin, and then I pull. I'm not pushing, I'm pulling. If I'm using string or rope, saya tak boleh tolak, saya boleh tarik saja. Kalau gunakan tali, So if I imagine that I have a two string, one in X and one in Y direction. One in X direction and one in Y direction. I imagine that I take a string and tie it to the pin and then pull it. Yeah, with a magnitude, daya dia adalah 400 Newton and 300 Newton. So that is how in this class, as a basic idea for you is to be able to imagine. Yeah, then you can have that feeling. Boleh ada rasa, you tarik. So saya tarik 400 Newton dan saya tarik 300 Newton. Tali ni terikat pada pin, which is at center at point 0. So when I read, kalau saya cabutkan paku ni, if I take out the pin, where will this pin goes? Or where will this center or point 0 goes? Boleh rasa, boleh rasa. So for before we stop, for you to be able to best learn this class, talk about static or strength material properties for this class, MST 542, is for you to be able to have that feeling. Boleh rasa dan boleh agak. Yeah. So I do that, then I can solve this problem. Yeah. So the problem is that the case is I want to determine the magnitude of the resultant force, that jumlah daya, and the direction. Yeah. How to have that feeling? This question is just a bunch of word. If you don't have that feeling, but if you have that feeling, boleh rasa. So I'm going to calculate that again using the trigonometry. I'm going to draw a line which is parallel to. Can you see the line? I'm going to draw a parallel line to x-axis, and I'm going to draw a parallel line to y-axis. Yeah, and where this meet, it will meet at this point here. Boleh nampak tak? Point here. where it meets, this is where the direction is. Yeah, the direction. So I'm going to draw the resultant force, which is subscripted by FR. Yeah, FR is resultant force ataupun jumlah daya. So that is where it goes. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to solve this by moving 300 Newton there. Yeah, like the one that I show you. Yeah, and then move it around like this. Okay, so now it becomes a trigonometry problem. Yeah, so I'm going to solve this. I'm going to calculate resultant force using this formula. Yeah, I'm going to solve this. So I got FR equal to 500 Newton, which is in red color. Yeah, and then I'm going to calculate theta, which is the direction from x-axis, positive x-axis, by using cosine, sine, or tangent. So here I'm going to use sine. Yeah, so I solve this. So theta is equal to about 36.89 degree. Yeah, daripada paksi x yang positif. Okay, so Dr. Saiful?
Yeah, Prof.
We need to stop or I can continue a bit more?
I think they have class after this.
Okay.
So
So
we can continue this Wednesday.
Okay, so the last one here. So the force now are resolved to become this FR, yeah, which is resultant force. So the idea here for you to look at here is the resultant force is 500 Newton, and then the direction is 36.89 degree. So this is the basic work in static before we go to any other in any other subject. Okay, so that will be all for this time. I will see you again this Friday to continue on this slide here, on this PowerPoint slide. Okay, that will be all for today. Assalamualaikum. If you have any question, you can ask Dr. Saiful and through me. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Okay, Prof. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So to all students, we will see Prof. Mansur again this Wednesday. Okay, don't forget to fill out the attendance in the chat box. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. See you again this Wednesday.
Okay, Prof. Thanks.
Okay, bye.